one of the biggest mistakes we can make when we start to pursue that thing that we dream of, pursue the thing that is in our mind, is trying to think we're gonna go from 0 to 60 and going to the place where we're not doing anything that's working towards our dream. We're not doing anything that's getting us closer. And so we feel so bad about that. And we try to overcompensate by setting our goal of what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go from accomplishing 0 things yesterday to 9 things today. And there's this principle in running where you're training your heart rate and you're running in zones. And what you're doing is you are going at a slow pace. A slow pace. You're running like 11, 12-minute miles so that you can just get your heart to be accustomed to operating in a relaxed state. And as you do that, and as you force yourself to be slow, and as you force yourself to just go one step after the other and keep yourself small in some ways, but bigger than you were yesterday, so that you can get toward the later goals, that's when you start to train yourself. Your heart begins to respond, and you get to be a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster. And before you know it, you're running at those same heart rate zones. You're able to keep that same level of breathing and that same level of pulse, but your miles are getting faster. You're getting better. And you're not quitting, you're being consistent, because you didn't set the goal from 0 to 60. In habits, it's the same way. Bill Murray had that book he put out, and What About Bob? That was called Baby Steps. And that's really the key to winning, is setting goals that are gonna be built upon the smallest thing possible. Because when you get to a place where you are consistently meeting your goals, you're consistently achieving the things that you set out to be, that gives you this boost in your mind, and it gives you this physiological boost, this chemical release, to where you're winning and you feel that sense of winning, and you start to get this momentum, you start to get this charge. And when you get that charge, it just encourages you to keep going, to keep doing the hard thing, and to keep pushing. So take this principle, this running principle, take this habit, and a lot of us need to start with something physical, because the physical thing does produce the endorphins. The physical thing does produce these chemicals in our body naturally. It's not just the act of the goal, but it is the physical activity as well. That's why it's one of the biggest things. Exercise is one of the biggest things that you can do for yourself to keep moving and to start going towards that goal. And it doesn't have to be running, it can be walking. Start wherever you are. Start small, start with something minuscule, start with something micro, start with something that you know that you're going to be able to accomplish. When you do that, that's just gonna be the beginning. There's a book called The Power of Habit, and he talks about the Keystone habit. That one thing that if you do it, it's gonna change everything, because it's gonna make all your other habits, all the other things that you're trying to do through the day, that much easier. For me, it has been running. Running's been the thing that when I do it, because it's hard, and because I have this love-hate relationship with it, when I do it, it makes everything else easier. I can do that. I can keep running after a mile, after 2 miles, and after 3. I used to be quitting after 1. I used to be watching my phone. How close am I to 2? And as soon as I got there, I'd be done. But eventually I got to the place because I kept that up, because I pushed myself and pushed past that baby step to get to the next baby step. I started to do 3 and 4 and 5. Maybe I'll run 10 today. Why don't I just do a half marathon? There is no half marathon. I'm not in a race. I'm not paying. I'm just gonna go run 13 miles, 16 miles. because I was able to build up the endurance, because I was able to start with the baby steps, because I didn't give up when I was dying at 1 mile. When my miles were so slow, I didn't give up. Don't give up. Start where you are, wherever you are. Get some blood going. Get your lungs going. Get your heart rate moving. That in and of itself is gonna do something for your body. Pick out one other practical goal that's gonna move you toward that dream, that vision that you have. Get after it, let's go.